And we are. So welcome everybody. Glad to see you guys here on tonight. I got all dressed up just for y'all. I mean, I felt like just putting on something and making it work. It's kind of been one of them interesting days, good day. Had a funeral today, had to go to. One thing about death is a part of life. Unfortunately, people live, people die. It ain't how you, it's not that you die, it's what you do in between that dash. You know, there's that dash in the middle for the date you lived and the date you died. That dash in the middle to me tells it all. And so tonight, I kind of want to talk to you about the dash. Also want to talk about not quitting before you get to the end. A lot of guys are in a good place, but some are not. So I kind of want to see if I can help you out a little bit tonight. And let's see, hold on one second. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Do me a favor, let me know the chat is working. So whatever you do, put your business and your name, throw that in the chat for me real quick. I'm gonna give you like 30 seconds to do that. 30 seconds, put your name, what you do in the chat, and let's see what you can get into. Hey, I see, I got Dr. K on the line tonight. Dr. K, what's going on? I was talking to her earlier today. All right, name what you do. That'll be great. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So housekeeping notes. First, before we get started, I want you to take notes if you can. If you're in a place that you can take notes, I want you to absolutely get a pen and pad on tonight. With these sessions every week, my goal is just for you to get a nugget. I'm going to say a lot of stuff in the next 25 minutes, but in me saying it, and those things, I just want you to grab a nugget, something that you can hold on to that's going to help you as you're developing your business, your career, and your life. Now, with that, if you can, now no pressure, but if you can, I'd love to see your smiling face. If you can cut your camera on, I'd love to be able to look at you and see in the eyeballs. If not, if you're not in a place to do so, we totally understand. Ask questions, please use the chat. So if I say something, and because I don't want to escape you, I want to make sure that you put that in the chat for me. So work my chat over. Let my chat be something that you use that can actually help us. That way, when I go through this, I can come back and actually talk about the things you might have missed. So once again, if you're on, which you are, go ahead and put in your name and what you do in the chat. In this community is important because you want to have a place where now, number one, you can grow. Number two, you can learn how to do business, how to get your businesses off the ground. Meaning your side hustle has a hustle. We're going to help you. We're going to help you get to where you want to get to that next level. All right. And of course, I always like to hear about this week's wins. Remember, guys, the reason I ask about these wins is because many of you are rock stars and you never celebrate your wins. And so you don't get to build that momentum because a lot of times you get stuck on your losses and you forget about all those wins. So real quick, if you could unmute yourself, tell me a win this week. What you got? I'm good for voluntoling. I'm just saying. One good thing you did.
RW, can you hear me fine? It's Terrell.
I can hear you, man. What's going on?
What's going on? So we had a personal conversation about celebrating wins, and we talked about how I'm not the best at that. But you actually sent a motivating picture, I think one day, Friday or Saturday, of you running.
Oh,
and,
yes.
That was one of my goals, is to just continue to work out and improve my overall health. So I was like, you know what? I actually went out and went in the garage and got on the treadmill. I think you did like 4 miles at that point. I didn't quite do that, but that was something you motivated me to do. I just went in the garage and did, I think, like 1.5 miles. So I appreciated the picture of encouragement. And like I said, it got me to move a little bit.
Beautiful, man. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Well, that's how I believe we encourage each other. Sometimes it's not about people telling you about stuff. It's about them doing it. And I find out when you do it, it sets the tone for other people to be able to do it. I actually have a video today I want to show that I think is going to help us with that too. All right, another win. Give me another win today. Who's got another win? Thank you so much, T, for showing, baby. I appreciate you for sharing. Uh-oh, Cherie, I see your fingers getting on the dial. You better tell me a win. What you got?
You was gonna pick on me anyway.
Well, you know, you're my prize student. You're my prize pupil. I have to pick on you from time to time.
Right. Well, in our nonprofit walk, we are working on relationships are complicated. And I had a win this week. My stepmother actually apologized to me, which was really big. Because I went through a lot of childhood trauma, having a bonus mother and bonus family. So that was a win for me to help me unblock so that I could move forward to be successful.
Man, Sharia, that is huge, guys. Man, if you guys could clap that up, man. I know you guys don't know the backdrop on that, but whoa. I mean, for her to have that, that is huge. Sharia, I am so, so proud of you. That takes a lot of courage when somebody even comes back to you and you actually allow them to apologize. So amazing, amazing. I love it. You know, once those pieces come together, guys, you know this, guys, remember how you do in life affects your business. So if your business is not what you want to be, if your life is not what you want to be, then your business is going to struggle. I guarantee it, okay? All right, so tonight, let's dive a little bit further, okay? I want to do something first of all, before I go to the group exercise, is I want to tell a little bit about my story. Because I do believe that sometimes we can live through other people. When I first started out in business over 24 years ago, we started out and things jumped off. I was doing really good. Then all of a sudden things hit a moment. It was like a roadblock. I mean, like, seemed like it wasn't working. Things was just going crazy. And I didn't know what to do. It got so to the point that I actually went and told myself I was going to go drive limos. I was going to leave my entrepreneurship, because by this time I had left the military. I was doing my own business. I was out there. Like I said, for a little bit, I was killing the game. And then things at some point got a little rocky. And I can't remember exactly what happened, but it got like really bad, like bad enough to where my wife had to go charge groceries on a credit card. Matter of fact, she didn't even tell me she was going to do it. She just went and bought the groceries. You know how women do. She said, hey, my babies need groceries. We're going to go get them groceries on his credit card. Okay. And that thing, man, it hurt me so bad being a man's man that I literally had to tell myself that we gonna make something happen. We're gonna get this job. We're gonna get a job. We're gonna get something that's gonna be solid. That way my family get paid and you know, I can get checks and we can get benefits. And I was about to throw away my entrepreneurial dreams because of a moment. In other words, things went so crazy that for one moment, I really and not even really realizing I was about to quit. I was about to throw in the towel. I was about to tell everybody your mama and pretty much go and settle back into a job. I was about to sell my dream for a job. I was going to sell my dream for what I thought would be a regular paycheck. And so I get up there and I'm at the place. I literally go to the limousine place. I can't remember what limousine place it was, but I don't know what got in me that I was going to drive a limo. And so I go upstairs, and the whole time I'm going upstairs, I mean, my mind is messing with me. And so I call my wife, which is my support. She's like my home girl, 28 years of a phenomenal marriage. She's like my best friend. She's my everything. And I call her and I tell her what I'm about to do. And she says, baby, what are you doing? And I said, baby, I'm a man. I got to take care of my family. I got to do what I got to do. I can't have us out here struggling in these streets. I can't do that. And she said on the phone, baby, come home. And in that moment, and I apologize a little bit because I get a little emotional thinking about it. I was at a crossroads. It was either pursue my dream or give in to what was happening in that moment. And man, wow. I guess every time I think about it, it was actually the moment to where I could have sold my dream. I could have sold everything that I've been, the last 22 years would have been null and void because of a moment. And in that moment, my wife said, baby, come home. And with blinding tears, I mean, the tears that I don't care who was looking. I didn't care what was going on around me. I left that building, got in my car. I cried like a punk. And at that moment, I told myself that was it. I was all in. And from that moment, everything took off. I wanted to share that with you guys because there are times in what you're doing, there's going to come to some defining moments. And you're going to have to ask yourself, why am I doing this? And that's why we've dealt with the last couple of weeks, dealing with your why and redefining it and making sure that you're there, because I need you to know tonight that quitting is not an option. Quitting is not an option for you. If you get past whatever it is you're dealing with, and if you're not dealing with something right now, I need you to get this story now. So when it does happen, you'll know how to deal with it better. All right. So you don't want to get to a place to where you're so fatigued. And that's what it was. I look back at it now. I was mentally and physically fatigued. I don't know if anybody goes through that, but is anybody, if you're on the chat and you're feeling me right now, there's times in life to where it feels like, man, it's all me. I'm the only one doing this. It's all about what I got to do. Ain't nobody else. I'm carrying everybody on my back. I got everybody on my back, and I'm fighting it out. And I'm trying to make it happen for everybody else. And the sad thing is that everybody else could care less about you. They're just concerned about what they want and don't even see that you're doing 15 different things trying to make something happen. But better yet, they're sitting back and just watching you do it. And that frustration sets in. And it's hard because if you're really feeling me on tonight, you understand that you can feel like I just literally have nothing left to give. If you're on the chat tonight and you feeling me with, I've been at points where I had nothing left. It's like, don't ask me for nothing. I ain't trying to do nothing. I'm about to just call it a day, throw in the towel, and it's a wrap. But that happens. That happens. That's something that we have to now realize that if it hasn't happened, as the old folks say, keep on living, because you're going to find and come to a defining moment or a crossroad that you're going to have to make a decision. So before you get there, I want to help you, because if I would have done that, I would have forfeited 25 homes, travel around the world, helping buy my mama a house, buy a car, getting my kids through college. I wouldn't have been able to do any of that stuff working a 9 to 5, at least me anyway. It just wasn't enough there to do what I was trying to accomplish. And so I think about that, and that would have whitewashed everything in a moment. So you will have moments along this journey. The key is how you respond and handle those moments. Because like I said, they will come. And that mental and physical fatigue, I don't know which is worse. And you guys help me out in the chat. What's worse, physical fatigue or mental fatigue? I mean, which one is worse? Which one is better? Is it just me, or does it seem like both of them can be the same? Put it in the chat. What'd you think about that? Because it seems like sometimes you can be mentally drained to where you have nothing left mentally and emotionally to give to anybody. And there's also times to where physically you're just tired, just dog tired, don't know what to do with yourself. Seems like you ain't getting no rest. I don't know if you guys have done this. I have. I literally woke up sleepy. Anybody woke up tired, or was it just me? I mean, literally woke up tired. It's like, man, I'm getting up, but I'm tired. I remember there was times I used to have to drag myself out the bed just to get going, because the fatigue, the mental, the tiredness, all that stuff was kicking in to the point to where you keep pouring and pouring and pouring and nothing works. And what I'm going to show you tonight is a little illustration. I hope you can see it. But what is happening, and what I believe brought me to that point, is I was here and I kept pouring myself out to people. And I kept helping people. And I kept doing stuff for people. And I kept doing all these things to where I was literally, what's this? You guys see what I'm doing here? Can you see my illustration? I was literally empty. And I had nothing left to give. And so I was helping people being on empty. And I gotta let you know, guys, that you cannot help anybody when you are empty. You not effectively. You can try to help people, but I'm finding out more and more you can't be effective. It's almost like helping somebody in your marriage, helping somebody with their marriage when your marriage is raggedy. you just can't do it. And so some of you, if not careful, you'll get to a point to where you're emptied out yourself and you haven't done anything to replenish you. In other words, you haven't taken the time to make sure you take you out. You haven't taken the time to make sure you did things for you. You've done everything you can for everybody else. And then once that happens, it's almost like you can easily be swayed to give up, to quit, to not move forward. And then you get on edge. Some of you right now, you're a little edgy, or you've been to a place before to where it didn't take but one, I wish somebody would. Say it again. That's why road rage and all this stuff happens, because you don't even know it, but you're on the edge. There's an old song that says, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying. Okay, wait, I got some old heads on here. But anyway, you guys, you get into the place, guys, to where you get to where you're on edge. And some of you are on edge with your kids, on edge with your spouse. It don't take a whole lot for you to go off. And that means that you could be close to trying to throw in that towel, okay? Also, some of you, you're dealing with anxiety. And that anxiety is crippling you because you're so focused on what could happen that you're not living in the present moment of what is happening. And so you have to be careful there, because you can't get too far in the future that you negate where you're at right now. Because you got to enjoy your moments that you're in, be it good, bad, or indifferent. Some of you, I need to teach you that when you do have a moment, embrace the moment. In other words, don't run from the moment. Don't act, I'm okay. You know how you do. What's wrong with you? Look, I'm blessed and highly favored of the Lord. You know how y'all saints do. I'm just throwing it out there. You know, you're always blessed, highly favored, and you going on in Jesus' name. But anyway, for the rest of us, we have moments. And so with those moments, guys, you got to be careful that you embrace them for what they are. Hey, I'm not having a good day. Embrace that. Or I'm not having a good moment. But the key is, don't allow that moment to linger on into days. Some of you, you're real good at shutting down for like a couple days, shutting down for like a week. We look up, we like, what happened to you? It's almost like you went to the, we call that thing the missing persons. No, not missing persons. We call that thing when you go into that witness protection. Some of y'all will go into witness protection on us, man. It's like, what happened to so-and-so? I low-key quit. And so I don't want to talk to nobody. And those are moments. We got to be careful there. And then some of you, you're just not clicking on all cylinders. In other words, you're in a place to where you're okay, but you're really not yourself. If that's you and you can relate to that, put that in the chat. Hey, I'm a little bit in the struggle right here, bro. I'm trying to do all I can do, but I'm not clicking on all cylinders. In other words, it's almost like your 60% looks like somebody else's 100%. In other words, you're running circles around people, but you're really not even clicking. If anybody's on the chat tonight and you know that's you, just put in the chat, you talking to me on tonight. Only because I know that some of you are not clicking on all cylinders, but you're still moving forward. And the beautiful thing is learning how to do that, but you gotta be careful because you can't keep that pace up. At some point, you have to realize that I am not 100%. And I know for many of you on this call, you're better for people when you're clicking on all cylinders. And so we want to get you to that place to where you realize when you're not. There are times that I don't want to talk to my wife because I'm on edge. There are times I don't even want to talk to my kids because I'm on edge. But those are just moments. And it has nothing to do with them. But when you know you, and that's the problem, we lie to us. I'm okay. No, you ain't okay. You tripping. I don't know if you have anybody besides me that's going to tell you when you're tripping, but you need some people around you that's going to tell you that, boo, you tripping. You are literally losing your mind. You're on the edge. You got things going on. You're almost like you're ready to give up. Now, some of you might not be able to relate to what I'm saying about quitting because, no, I don't quit. I'm not a quitter. I'm a getter. I'm not a quitter. I'm a getter. I get that. But can I submit to you that you secretly and silently quit? And here's how you do it. There's certain things that you don't want to deal with. And so you got some stuff right now that you should have dealt with 2 days ago, but you haven't dealt with. You got some conversations with some people that you need to have, but you haven't had them. And it's because you low-key quit on a relationship, you low-key quit on your job, You low-key quit on there's times if you really think about your life that you've quit, but you really didn't quit. It's almost like being there, but not being there. And if you really look at your life, where are some times to where you were actually present, but you weren't present? You weren't in the moment with your family. You were with your family, but had 15 other things going on. And only thing it sounded like they was going wah, 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 wah. And then you would respond like you knew what was going on, but you really didn't know what the heck they was talking about because you was off in la la land, really thinking about, you know what, I'm about to leave. Isn't that crazy? But how many know we do it? Some of us do it and don't even realize that we're doing it, okay? Now, when you don't deal with situations, that's that low-key way to quit. So right now, if your family is not talking or things are not working or you're kind of just shun some things away, I gotta ask you, did you low-key quit? Did you low-key throw in the towel and just didn't tell nobody? Some of you, I'm telling you, I need to get you out of that witness protection program. I need you to come back and be with the rest of us. Come back and hang out with us, okay? I know you know witness protection, but come on out. We want to talk to you. We want to see you, all right? Pushing past the pain. This is important when you feel like quitting because there are moments that you have to push past the pain. Last night, I was on a treadmill. I told myself I was tired, beat down, didn't want to be there. Matter of fact, Robbie was laughing at me when I left, talking about he falling asleep on the counter because I was tired. But I told myself that I had to get in 3 miles. So I took my tired butt to the gym and I didn't just do 3 miles, I did 4 miles. Well, why did you do 4? Because I wanted to let myself know that I'm better than my thoughts. My thought was to just do 3 and run. Matter of fact, my thought was to do 1 and run. But I hung around and I did an extra mile just to prove to myself that I'm a champion. And I need you to know that you're only a champion when you overcome something. And I believe I'm looking at a bunch of champions on tonight. You've overcome so much stuff. And because you didn't quit, your family is going to benefit from all the things you're about to do next. Some of you are this close to exploding in every area of your life. I mean, you're one deal away from things just exploding and blowing up in your life. All right? Now, many of you are overcomers because if you really look at your life and all the stuff you've been through, you have to now do what I call a flashback to remind yourself what you've done. Last week, I did an exercise with you and I dealt with you telling me, which I think I talked with T. Yeah, it was T. I talked to him about all the stuff that he was, and when he shows up, all that he is shows up with him. And that's important. I hope you guys got something from that last week because that means that your value is colossal. Because when you sit down with somebody, it's like all your experience, all your pain, all your drama, everything you've been through is sitting at the same table with that person. And that's huge, okay? Now, in order to overcome the spirit of quit, and I'm gonna call it the spirit of quit because sometimes you'll run into it. Like I said, if you haven't done it yet, just keep on living. I know I ran into it one time. I remember many years ago, I even had an anxiety attack. I mean, so stuff that, and remember I told you guys, I'm gonna share with you the stuff that other people won't. They're gonna only share their successes. Oh yeah, I'm blowing up now. I got my suit on, I'm looking good, I got money in the bank, I'm making it rain. But what about all the drama that you went through to get there? So I wanna help you out because I don't want you to get this flossy thing of, well, he just got here because, yeah, no. It took getting past the pain. It took getting past even some shame. I had to file a BK. That was shameful. So, I mean, I had to tell my wife and my family that we was broke. Shame. So sometimes in business, we go through all these things. Now, talking to other business people, you can share maybe some of that for some of them. But in this group, I want you to be transparent enough to know that when you're having a bad day, let's talk about it. Let's get you over that hump. Because in most cases, what you're dealing with now has no comparison to what you've already dealt with. And if you just for one moment think about something you've already dealt with that the average person would have fell apart on, you're already winning. You're already winning. You're a champion. I'm telling you, you're an overcomer. And you got so much more to do. Now it's just a matter of getting there. Now, here's what I want to do to help you. So when you do get in these moments, or you think you might be getting into one of those moments, one thing that's helped me is meditation. Now, I'm not into that deep, yum, okay, hey, and all that. Okay, we don't do no chanting. We ain't doing none of that. Okay, don't get deep on me. Come back. Don't get deep. I'm talking about just taking a moment and clearing your head. And so, with you that are on this with me, I want you to think about, in meditation, it's just a matter of calming yourself down, taking a quick step back. If you can do 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't know if some of you guys watched the Lakers game last night. I don't know if you would, because I got a bunch of women on here. That's another story. But for some of the women that do, and I believe Sharia does, I don't know if you saw the end. It was the end of the game. LeBron James was sitting on his seat, and he was meditating. He was breathing. He had zoned in to the moment. And even though all the fans were screaming around him, it was the end of the game. I think it was like 2 minutes left, but they show a picture of him like he was in a zone, and he took a moment. And that's in business what you need to learn to do. And I gotta be honest, it's something that I've just learned. Actually, my son Lee he taught me how to meditate, and it's made a huge difference. Just taking those few moments to clear my head. So for me, just as a point of reference, I take like 6 deep breaths, and I take my time with it. Through the nose, out through the mouth, through the nose, out through the mouth. I do that 6 times, close my eyes. There's also times that I have meditation music. If some of you have iTunes, type in meditation, it'll bring up like pure meditation, and it'll be just a calm thing. And some of it's structured too, to where you can do that. I recommend it. There's a book that actually is really an easy read by Russell Simmons. I don't know if you guys know Russell Simmons, but he actually has a book out on just being still. So I recommend you use this tool. I promise you, I wish I would have did this 10, 15 years ago, but for me, it's probably just been the last year and a half that I've really seriously been now intentionally meditating and clearing my head to where now I can be better for those around me. The next thing is the physical exercise. You know me, I'm always trying to stay in the gym. People say, why are you in the gym? So I don't choke people out. That's just real talk. Some of you got some pent up frustration. And if I can be real candid, for those of you that might not be having any relations, we'll keep it PG-13, then you might have some pent up energy. I'm just saying. I ain't saying, but I'm saying, so you need to go and release some of that. Did I just go over the edge? I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Anyway, I need you to know that there are some things that's happening in your life, and that's pent up, that stress, all that stuff is on you. You need to find ways that are good to release that tension or that stress in your life, and whatever that would be, other than the bad things. Now, here are some bad things. I ain't big into the weed thing. I just don't believe you can run a business without, and your head is not clear. That's just a personal thing. You do what you do. But I promise you, if you have a clear head, you can do more and be more efficient when you're that. Also, drinking, doing other things, any activity that you can think of. I'll leave that to you. But find some positive things that you can do to let off steam, whatever that would be. My wife she's a kickboxer. I mean, I live with a kickboxer right now. So if y'all ever see me come in with a black eye and carrying on, just know she hit me, and I'm suing. But anyway, another story. It's just, don't be saying that, Ms. Williams. That's you talking in the background. Anyway, so with that being said, find out whatever that is for you and do it. Because if not, I promise you, you are punching on people because you're doing it, don't even know it. You're swinging on them, you're hitting on them. Some of you right now, you wonder, well, why are we always arguing? Because you're on edge. You tripping, boo. You need to find a way to release that pressure and that stress. The last thing is, I need you to recall your past victories. I need you to ask yourself where, and that's why these wins are so important that we're doing. Because if you can start celebrating as you go, it won't have a long memory that you got to go back to. And you got to say, I can't remember the last time I had a win. No, if you remember your wins every day, that's why you guys know I'll say win the day. In other words, just win the day. And then when tomorrow comes, win the day. And before you know it, you'll stack up a bunch of wins that now you can recall back to your mind. So when you're in that moment of maybe at a crossroad, you can tighten yourself up by reminding yourself what you've already been through. All right? So that's my dialogue for tonight. Now I need to hear from you. Real quick, for some of you, if you could be a little transparent, is there a moment that you maybe said, you know what, it's a wrap, I'm done? And then what did you do to overcome it? So real quick, hit me real quick. Unmute your phone or your computer.
Okay, I'll step in.
Step in.
Okay, so I'm a church lady. So when I get stressed, I have to take it to prayer. that works for me. Look.
Well, that's awesome. How do you know when you're stressed? Do you sense it, or does it just happen and then you do it?
I sense it. I sense it when I begin to tense up, when I feel like I'm being pulled in 50 different directions, and I want to pull my hair out. But so every now and then I have to take a moment, regroup, go back to God and say, Lord, I need some instruction. I need some wisdom right here because I'm feeling frustrated and I'm kind of not sure what to do about it. So
you mean it's okay to not know what to do all the time?
It is okay.
Okay. I need some of you guys to really know that. It's okay to not know everything. Thank you, Ms. Williams. I appreciate that. Thank you for that input. All right, Delshana, you got your hand up. What you got?
I would say that, when I hit those moments, and I pray often, I pray for others. I'm an intercessor, but when I hit those moments, I know I'm there when prayer isn't what I want to do. And my way back is the water. I have to go before a body of water. It could be the beach, a pond, a lake. I need to go to the water. So sometimes, I've hit those points a few times since the pandemic, and those were immediate trips to the internet, an airline ticket, and away I'm gone.
Well, that's good. I mean, I didn't think about that, but you're right. You can use something that it can help to calm you or bring you to a place of peace. That's good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Deshaun. I appreciate that. All right. Robbie, what you got? I see your hand is up.
Yes. Well, when I'm stressed, I can feel it because my body, I tell by my body, my shoulders, my back, my whole body can ache. You know what I mean? So it's like mine is a physical stress. Because outwardly, I'm an internal stressor. So if someone looks at me, they can't tell I'm stressed. But I'm internally stressing. So what I have to do is, like you said, take a step back for a minute, breathe, relax. Because like you said, I used to have anxiety attacks, but I had to pray and then God took those away. But I think also I need to get another outlet. I'm just trying to figure out what that should be.
All right. And the key being is finding out what works for you. And also maybe even something that will stretch you to make you even do something that maybe is a little uncomfortable, So you have to try different things. Don't be afraid to try different things that can be positive, that can help you get to where you're going. All right. But then also be careful, because sometimes some of you, your stress relief is shopping. And you can't shop and be broke at the same time. I'm just saying, because then you go back to stress because you. so just make sure you find a good, safe outlet that's going to work. All right. Who else? Got something to where you can help us. What do you do when you are stressed? What do you do?
Man, before somebody else hops on, I just got to advocate, man. The personal trainer, the coach, the fitness coach got to jump in and put y'all on a little bit of education, man.
Thank you.
So Robbie, talking about that stress, you've been telling me you wanted to tap in with me on some training for about 8,000 years now. I believe that it'll make your life a little bit better. But me personally, right, working out is an outlet, right? It's something where I can have stress. It could be emotional, mental, whatever, but once I get into it, all you can focus on is what you're doing in that moment. Because if you're not focused, you're going to mess yourself up, So all you can focus on is what you're lifting, or if you're running or doing some type of exercise. And exercise, it has so many benefits, a multitude of them, because it releases these endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, all these good neurotransmitters that actually make you feel good, you know, and it's just something that can get the things off your mind. It's almost like meditation, but a movement meditation, right? So I encourage everybody, you know, when you're feeling that stress or whatever it may be, hey, go ahead and do something that's going to contribute to you. It's going to be an investment in you. Think of it as a deposit of love into your body that's going to do more than just get you in shape. Yeah, that's all I got to say, man.
Man, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right, I got exceptional here. I'm going to bust her out. Dr. K, sharing with her a little bit earlier today about some things that's going on. And she went through some interesting stuff. Dr. K, can you share maybe like 3 minutes on a little bit snippet of your story? I know it's exceptional because it is, but can you share just a few seconds or a few moments on just what you went through just recently?
Oh, wow. Pastor Williams.
Hey, you better bust you out, man. I gotta bring you in. Baptism by fire. Let's do it.
Okay. Over the last few months or even the last year, because I've just been through so much.
Give us the last year from the main thing to where you're at now. How about that?
All right. So the last year, it hasn't been too challenging. The number one problem I have right now, and it is very stressful, it's trying to get back on track with school. I was told last August that I would have to change my research topic, something that I've been working on since 2018. In the district, with the dissertation milestones, we have a total of 12. Last August, I was approaching milestone 8. And the fact that I have to start over again with a new topic. I'm currently on milestone 6, so approaching 7 and 8 again. And if I don't get to those 2 milestones by March 18th, so within a few weeks, they're going to kick me out of the program. So what I've been doing to keep myself sane, I do cry a lot. I cry, I pray, and I talk to God. So when I am crying, I am conversing with God all the time. And to be honest with you, candid, like sometimes I scream, I yell, because I have asked so many times, again, conversation with God, I've asked him so many times, like, if this is not what you want for me, then just, take it away from me. Just don't let me pass the semester, for instance, or don't let me pass my exam. And it always happens where he helps me to pass my semester, the classes I'm taking or the exams that I had to take. And it's frustrating at times, because now I'm at a point where, do I just throw in the towels and quit? But the answer is no. I was on the verge of quitting, no lie, about 2 days ago. That was my last breakdown. And my mom, she was here with me and she cried with me. So I have support there. And we prayed together. And after praying, singing, crying, just curling up in a corner, I had some clarity towards the end. And so I'm still chugging along, still trying my best to get everything I need to get done in the next few weeks. But the other thing that helps is definitely meditation. But I do take walks in the mornings or in the evenings. And while I'm walking, I'm either singing or just reflecting on my day, on all of my experiences and my life lessons, and just asking God to continue to lead as I follow, because he knows what's best for me. And I'm trying to be a humble servant. And so sometimes he will humble you, take you all the way down. And I've fallen so many times, but he, with his grace, he's been able to pull me right back up, and for me to be a champion and just overcome. And I'm a lot stronger, a lot more confident. But I think the best thing out of everything that I've experienced is that I've had a better relationship with God. It has, everything I've been through has brought me so close to him. And so now when I deal with all these challenges, whatever obstacles that come my way, I know that God is by my side, that he's in it with me. He'll never leave me nor forsake me. And so with that, I know that I can overcome any and everything that comes my way.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I know me kicking you in the butt too, it helps a little bit. You know, I'm slapping around. I told her now from here on out, I'm calling her Dr. K. I'm just, she's already doctor to me. She's already there, you know. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead as a group, let's clap it up for her as she's about to be Dr. K. We got a couple more months and she's gonna be Dr. K. We're gonna have we know I've had 2 doctors, man. Let's get the
Dr. K. Woo!
So I'm not gonna let you quit. We're not gonna let you quit. You're gonna finish this thing strong so you can help many people become what they need to be. Being a single mom, crazy, and how you're handling what you're handling. I'm so proud of you. Keep on moving forward. Keep on pushing forward. Great job, guys. Now, what I do want to also ask you guys, quick question for some of you right now, they're on it, and you can put this answer in chat. When do you feel like a champion? When do you feel like a champion? When do you feel like, I was on the treadmill last night, and you guys, you know, this is a little crazy, but I sat there and looked at that treadmill and I got mad at the treadmill. I said, I'm not gonna let this thing beat me down. I'm gonna get to what I need to get to. And some of you have been challenging to push yourself in whatever it is you're doing. And I wanna hammer tonight real quick so that you don't quit. I want you to get the one more mentality. So whatever you're doing, do one more. If you're walking, walk 1 more mile. If you're riding the bike, ride 1 more mile. If you're making phone calls for your business, make 1 more call. In other words, do 1 more thing, and that 1 more thing that you do now becomes 7 additional things through the week, becomes 14 and 2, 28 more things in a month. And before you know it, that 1 thing or 1 more thing, it helps build you up. And once again, guys, like we talked about last night, once you get your confidence going, once you get your flow going, then I believe you can become unstoppable. So many of you, I need you to get that unstoppable mentality to where now quitting will never, ever be an option. Having a moment is okay, but quitting is not what you can do. There's too many people counting on you. Right now, put in the chat, who's counting on you? If you don't finish, who would be jacked up? It might be your mama, it might be whoever it would be. I need you to think about them right now, because most of you, because of your giving and all that you do, you won't do as much for you as you will for somebody else. Isn't that something? If I told you to go walk on some hot coals, you know, Tony Robbins, you'd be like, man, forget that joke. You must be tripping. But if I told you, if you walk on these hot coals, you'll give your mama a brand new house. Some of y'all be high stepping over them coals. Only because it changes things. Because now your why changes why you want to do this, okay? Now, with this being said, real quick, anybody else having a comment or have a question about a business or something that they're working on? Let's see if we can answer that real quick. And then I'm going to play a quick video, and then we're going to get ready to wrap it up for tonight. So anyone else, anything that you need or have a question on in reference to your business? We do have a real estate deal that's on the table. And I'll talk about that too for a quick minute before we get out of here. I thought it was done, but it's not done. But it's a hot real estate deal that I want to talk to you guys about too. Because once again, being in this group, there's a lot of stuff that I'm dealing with, a lot of off-market deals. And so with those off-market deals, you guys now will have privy to that stuff, so where we can now put them before you. And if you're ready, then you can start making moves to make these things happen. Because remember, this is results driven, okay? We're results driven. All right. Anybody else? Anybody have anything? Everybody's good? Yeah. All right, everybody's good. Good. All right, real quick. You know what? I like to pick on people. Man, I see Cam on here. Who's Cam? Cam, please introduce yourself real quick. I know it's the first time I've seen you, but don't mean it's just your first time on here. Might be using a different phone. Oh, is Cam listening to us? Might just be listening. Oh, there you are, Cam.
Hey, Camille. I've been my insurance policy with you.
Oh, hey, Camille. What's happening, Camille?
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping
How's
on.
it going? So, yeah, I'm sitting with my kid. We're doing homework. So.
What's up?
What's up, man?
I was just back here hanging out, you know, listening.
Cool. Well, what did you get a nugget tonight? Anything that you can say, you know what, that might be something to hold on to?
Definitely. I feel like the main message I've been hearing a lot, just kind of confirmation coming back to me, is focusing on the why and, you know, moving forward. The one more mentality is definitely, you know, motivational. So I would go with that.
All right, good. Well, Cam, thanks for being on tonight. Appreciate you hanging out. I had a great conversation with her, and it's really good to see you on the Zoom tonight. But with this, definitely something to do. But appreciate you being on. Thanks so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and push through, guys. We can get you out of here in good time. I do have one more thing I want to show you, and it's only a few moments, but I think it's gonna help kind of wrap up why you shouldn't quit. Hold on one second. Give me my technical stuff. Oop, I don't want to leave the meeting. But Jackie, I'm going to kick y'all all out. Get out. Hold on one second. Let's see if I can get it. I think I can. Hold on, guys. I'm almost there. Let's see. Here we go. Hopefully you guys can see this.
So they can cut the chain off the door, but they can't make us play. We've decided we're gonna finish what you started, sir. Yeah, so leave us be, coach. We got shit to do, sir. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Sir, I just want to say thank you. You saved my life.
Heavy. Whose life are you going to save? You can't quit. Matter of fact, if anything, push harder. Take what you thought, double up. People are depending on you to be great. All right? So I don't want anyone shrinking. I want everybody going for what they know. All right? All right, we're back here. Group exercise, we done. Real quick, you know, I'd love to have the conversation around this. I think we chopped it up a little bit, so we're good. Accountability, guys. This is always what's going to help you close the gap, you know, between what you want to do and what you need to be doing. Most of you that are on here, you know me. I'm going to kick you. I'm going to push you. I'm going to prod you. I want you to be great. I'm looking forward to you being great. I believe that your greatness is going to help and change somebody's life. All right. Next thing is we don't want you to go alone. I believe some of you have been going alone, trying to do this thing, do this journey, trying to figure stuff out on your own. You don't have to do that. You can be a part of a community, a group that not only are we motivating, inspiring, but we're giving you step-by-step instructions on how to do business. We're helping you, for those of you that are interested, to buy real estate. We're helping you make investments that can help your family and bring you to retirement. We're helping you now do the things that you only dreamed of, but only because you haven't been in a group that supports you. I support your greatness. Matter of fact, you do me or the world, as the video said, no good playing small. And I believe that you played small long enough. It's time to get around a bunch of people that will say, we can talk about money, we can talk about success, we can talk about next level living, and be okay with that. Because just so you know, guys, I know some of the people you're around, they think you're bragging when you tell them all the great things that you're doing, but I believe it's not bragging if it's true. So if you tell somebody something that's good going on in your life, you ain't bragging, you're just telling them the truth. If they can't handle your truth, then you need to be in another environment. And this is that environment, all right? So how can I help you? Guys, as you know, I do everything. I don't do it personally, but I have people in our network that do this stuff for us. So when it comes to anything that you need to get done in this network, in this group, we're not just talking about it, we're talking about producing results. In other words, getting you around the right set of people, getting you to where you got a lawyer on speed dial, you got an accountant on speed dial, to where the people that you need to help bring together your business, you have them all in one place, okay? Of course, this is a value exchange. In other words, I'm giving you and going to give you extreme value. Now, because I'm giving you extreme value and because my time is valuable, of course, I believe it's not robbery to ask for value back, okay? So these group calls, and this is where you have to ask yourself, how much do I value me? Do I value me enough to invest in me? Do I value me enough to put time in what I'm doing? So right now, you're on level 1. And this is just level 1. Level 1 is our group calls, okay? So group calls is level 1. Every Thursday, 6 to 7, we're gonna get into it. The topics vary, but it's all about building your business, building yourself, building your family, getting yourself to a better position to grow and become what I know you can be, okay? The next step of this journey is individual coaching. And individual coaching is about $1,099 per month. Some of you need that personal one-on-one touch. And some of you are asking, what's the next level? The next level is getting the opportunity to work with me on a more personable basis, okay? But level 1 that you're on right now is good. It's a good level to be on because it gets you started. Now, speaking of which, I brought this up last week, and actually I had someone that was on the hook to take care of this, but they couldn't do it. So now I'm bringing it back to the group. Now, I'm only gonna have this for another maybe 2 to 3 days before my investor is gonna take it and put it in the market. Okay, he's already told me, he said, look, Ron, put it in the market. So right now, it's an investment opportunity, it's a property. If you're ready and you're an investor, you got 20% down and you're ready to invest in a property, I got a property for you. This property right now is about $315,000 per purchase, and it's looking between $365 to $385 to sell. Now, it does have a tenant intact, and that means that there's a tenant already in there paying rent. I believe the tenant is actually a doctor, and so they're good tenant. So it could be a rental property because the rental rates on that area is about $1,800 to $1,900 per month. With 20% down, you're looking at maybe $1,400, $1,300 a month. So that's about a $400 or $500 a month cash flow. So for somebody just looking to get another cash flow property, great opportunity. If it were me, and it is kind of me, I would prefer to do a flip. So if there's anybody on here that wants to do this flip with me, then we can operate together and do some group economics. And with this flip, what I would do is I want to take this property, buy it. Once we buy it, we're going to hold on to it for about 4 to 6 months going into the summer. I believe then that value will stretch out. We'll be able to walk away with between 15 and 20,000. So if you have money now to invest, you have the credit, and you're ready to rock and roll, hey, here's a deal for you. I just got a call from my girl that goes to the auction, and they actually buy these homes cash. And then what happens is the investor gets it, and he wants to sell it to the market. Okay, so with him wanting to see it and put it in the market, he's already made his money. So he sometimes doesn't want to work on it, fix on it, get rid of the tenant. He doesn't want to do any of that stuff. But for us, it's a great opportunity to step in if you are ready. And if you're not ready, that's why you need to work with me so I can get you ready, because we want you to get these deals, turn and burn. I have my son on here. He's 24 years old. He's about to buy his third property. And so it ain't that you can't do it, is that the question is, what do we need to do to get you in a position to do so? All right. I only have this deal for a couple of days. If you're interested, text me, hit me up. I can give you the specs on it. You can make a decision. But once again, a lot of these deals, just so you know, they're not the ones that you can go, oh, let me go think about it. That's not the way real estate works right now. It's pretty much the property, the last one I just bought, I saw it once, signed the papers, bought the property. End of story. Okay. I didn't go through a whole lot of rigmaroles. That property is $600 a month cash flow. I'm about to probably off it and probably put it back on this board to where I'm going to sell it. I'm going to make $50,000 in a year. I'm going to sell it to probably one of you, have you hold on to it for a little bit, turn it in a year and make another $50,000 yourself. How's that sound? Anybody on here want to make a year's salary on a flip? Okay, I'm just throwing it out there. All right, other than that, that's what I have. Guys, any quick questions, last minute thoughts? I'm here to entertain those. Otherwise, you guys that are on here, thank you so much for being a part. We'll be back here on next Thursday, 6 p.m. and it's going to be a hot topic. All right. So those of you that want to stay on and you have a question about the real estate, stay on. I'll be on here. But the rest of you, hey, have a great evening. And just remember this. I dare you to be great. All right. God bless you guys. Have a great night. All right. Those of you who want to stay on, stay on. Let's talk this, chop up this real estate deal. Some of you right now, I know you got some money burning a hole in your pocket and we need to go ahead and make this money. All right. So real quick, I'm going to open the floors. Delshana, you have your hand up. What you got?
Good question. Comment, statement, I don't know, whatever. Shifting rooms, right? You know, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. If you're the richest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And so a couple of years ago, I looked around at the room and said, hey, I'm the smartest person here. I'm in the wrong room. I'm the richest person here. I'm in the wrong room. But what I find myself doing in rooms where I'm not the smartest or the richest is sitting in the back. And I don't know how, I'm sure you had experienced that. How do you make that shift? Like, I know I'm supposed to be here, but I'd rather sit in the back. Mm-hmm. So I'm just looking for something from you on that.
Well, when it comes down to it, it goes back to playing small sometimes. And actually, sometimes being in a room with people that know more, do more than you are, the best thing you can do is just be a sponge. But still get up front. Find out, talk to them. If anything, if you start asking them not how they did it, but what made them do what they did, usually you'll get a much better response and they'll actually open up to you. But when you're in that type of room, and I've been in those rooms and still am in those rooms where I'm in people that, and I won't say intimidate, but they just make more money than me, just to be flat out. They just make a lot more money. Okay. I was sitting, a matter of fact, I was in a group called a couple of weeks ago and there was a billionaire there. And I've only met one. This is my second billionaire that I've met. And it's crazy because when you're in that kind of room, it just makes you feel like, until you realize who you are. And then you now can have a conversation like nothing. You know, I was on the phone with Michael Baisden, and many of you know him, radio personality, and that's like my dude. And so it's crazy because there's certain people that you would think that are on those next levels, but I had a guy just today, he's got a Rolls Royce. I mean, this guy's rolling, doing his thing, and we just chopping it up like nothing, because once you can realize that me and you are the same, except you make more money. And to me, that's not enough for me to shrink to, not at this point. If anything, I want to find out what you're doing, how you're doing it. Hopefully it helps you out just a little bit. Just a little bit, just a little bit. So in other words, don't shrink back, know who you are, step into your position. And even if it's uncomfortable, that's when you know you're in the right place. Okay? When you get too comfortable, then you're not in the right place. All right, any other questions? Who's out there? I see Troy's out there, man. What's going on, buddy?
You guys doing? How you doing, sir? My quick question, I posted in the chat under that list of expertise that you're involved in. Is land trust under that umbrella of estate planning?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can actually look at that. Actually, I have my paralegalist, and I can definitely call her and see what we need to do to make that happen.
Yeah, I'm interested in making that move, but also I'll probably just look.
Now, do you have some land? Because I actually had a deal that just come up with an investor that's trying to buy land to build some small houses.
No, but I'm always looking. I'm an observer, you know, so I'm always looking, watching. I think I came across some information today, like, you know, good place to buy land, somewhere in Virginia, somewhere in Georgia, and there was another place. But I was like, okay, but this specifically told me like Savannah, Georgia.